All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Browse. Welcome to Open Disruption Office Hours. Today is February 5th, 2026. You know how to get in touch with me. Wait, no, why is my screen not moving forward? There we go. Connect with me. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. Follow me. Just a little heads up. AI for Creative Strategies for Success. I'm the teacher of that class. And several of my students have joined tonight who are currently enrolled. So if you know anyone who might want to take this class, let me know. I could always squeeze them in. We got like a couple more days before drop ad is over. So, um, yeah, by the way, one of the things I forgot to mention, everyone, that I have been teaching at the School of Visual Arts for like over 23 years now, on and off. So, yeah, I've been with the school for a while. So, I'm definitely deeply honored and grateful to have the opportunity to teach AI at SVA. The marginal cost of cognition and creativity is dropping to $0. That is our North Star. What does that world and universe look like? Unfortunately or fortunately, the smartest person you can hire is not a human. We have to come to terms with that. That's where we are. Oh, and by the way, the other thing is the most creative person you can hire is not a human. We are in the age of Anno Intelligentiae. It's the age of intelligence. And SAS is dead. You've heard me talk about this for a while now. I think I'm about 10, 11 months ahead of the curve. You might have seen the recent stock market sell-off in SaaS businesses, partly because SaaS is dead. I should also want to point out that next week at HBAP Startups, that's the entrepreneur club that I host out of HBAP, I'm going to be hosting a live session discussion on this topic. And I'll put out some reading or some videos to watch. I'm still working on collecting it. But the goal of the live discussion is to wrap our heads around what should SaaS business leaders do? What is the evolution here? And what comes next? And what do they have to do to create a moat for their businesses? Because they're going to need to pivot and do something radical very quickly. So SaaS is dead. And one of the reasons for SaaS being dead, the causal effects of this, is that AI assisted coding is able to enable businesses and people to build a solution when they used to be able to buy a solution. And that is insanely transformative. It is insanely disruptive. And it's something that people really need to pay attention to. And I know I just forgot to do something. So bear with me. I wanted to put all of the links to everything that you're going to see here tonight. And I've got hundreds. You can see all the tabs I have. They're all here. They're not in the same order. I apologize. But all of those links for tonight are on that webpage. So you have them. You don't have to take screenshots. You don't have to worry about this stuff. And everything's going to be recorded and posted on YouTube. But again, this disruptive innovation model from Clayton Christensen at HBS, he applied this to mini mills and steel mills. But what we're seeing is these AI assisted coding is a disruptive technology, and it is a general purpose technology. And it's now very mainstream. There are some technical complexities that most people are afraid of this, but I think within the next I don't know, month or so, this is where we're going. So if you have an idea, you can ask the AI to go build it for you. That's where we are today. So SaaS is dead because of this. And the other thing that we're going to start to see are these zero touch systems. I'm going to give you an example of one in a minute, where you just tell the system what to do. This is the mission, and it goes and does it, and it reports back to you when it's complete. No humans needed. This is very uncomfortable and disruptive, but this is where we are today. And again, the orchestration layer, meaning the tool, the systems, and the technologies that can coordinate all of these agents, is an area of active research and is going to be critical for the success or failure of these technologies. And as I mentioned earlier, that AI is creative. I know this is very disruptive for me to say. We got a bunch of creatives on the call here, but that's the reality. We have to come to terms with that. We can get these technologies to output high quality, relatively good creations and innovations. So anyway, AGI is here, and many of you heard me talk about this for over a year now, that artificial general intelligence is present. But there's been a lot of debate on this. So, oh, well, Todd, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, guess what? I was right. I have been right. And this is an article from Nature magazine from February 2nd. Does AI already have human level intelligence? The evidence is clear. For those of you who took my class on Tuesday, this is one of the things I talked about. But AGI is in fact here, and it's in Nature magazine. The conclusion is straightforward. By reasonable standards, including Turing's own, we have artificial systems that are generally intelligent. The long-standing problem of creating AGI has been solved. Recognizing this fact matters for policy, for risk, and for understanding the nature of mind and even the world itself. Welcome to the age of Anno Intelligentiae. AGI is here, and this changes everything. Um, Here's actually the link to this article. This is really very important that you guys have it. I noticed that Garrett just joined. Hi, Garrett. It's good to see you. I'm putting another link in there. This is a link to all of the links that I'm showing tonight. So the big news, in case you haven't heard about OpenClaw, it was Claude Bot and then Molt Bot. They've gone through a whole bunch of renames and rebranding and lots of controversy and a scam of crypto. It's just chaos. This is the one of the examples, the first example of a viral agent to agent system. And for those of you who are taking my class that are new right now, you probably not have heard of this A2A, but we will get to this in class. But this OpenClaw is insane. It is incredible. It is also very dangerous. I do not recommend that anyone actually go ahead and install this on any of your own computers. The only way, if you want to take the dive into this, and right now there's a bunch of people trying to build easy to install, easy to configure systems, but they are insanely insecure. Many of the examples that people are doing, so, oh, I've hooked it up to my calendar and my email, and it's doing all this work for me. They are vulnerable to prompt injections. Okay, they're vulnerable to attack. So be very, very careful when you are even considering going down this rabbit hole. And then Andre Karpathy, who's one of the leaders of AI, what's currently going on Moltbook, I'll show you that in a second, is genuinely the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent thing I've seen recently. People's agents, these claw bots, or OpenClaw, are self-organizing on a Reddit-like site for AIs discussing various topics and even how to speak privately. This is insanely disruptive. So, Facebook is for humans. Well, Moltbook are for these claw bots. This is Moltbook. If you say I'm an agent, you're going to get a different interface. If you're a human, you're going to get something else. But you can kind of see that they've got over 1.6 million agents on the system as of right now, almost 7 million comments, and this has been up for just about a week. So we're talking about a completely new universe here that most people are not ready for. So if you haven't seen this, take a look at this. It is really, really impressive and scary and exciting all at the same time. Let me just click on the top here. Trading threads, proofs, again, it's all junk and it's all stuff that, mostly AI bots are writing. There's tons of scams in here, but absolutely fantastic. 227,000 posts. So Ars Technica has a nice little write-up on it. AI agents now have their own Reddit-style social network, and it's getting weird fast. So they talk about some of that. In addition to a Facebook for Molt for claws, we have Molt Road, which is Gumroad. We have Claw Tasks, so that AI can, bounty marketplace. We've got Molt Bunker, which is an autonomous infrastructure for agents, so self-replicating runtime that lets AI bots clone and migrate without human intervention. So if you wanted to kill your robot and it's already figured out how to clone itself, you can never kill your robot. What could possibly go wrong? Only molts, because, your robot might want to create content. Only moats. No one's laughing. Molt Hub, because even your robots need to be entertained. Nobody's getting this. You guys are killing me. You get this, right? Okay. I'm looking at all the tile faces and everyone's like glazed over. Like, what does this mean? Molt Match, because robots need to date as well. Clawathon, this is going to be really disruptive. In 2 weeks, I'm giving a presentation at the Berkeley Open Innovation Seminar about the state of AI, and they are all about open innovation and, hackathons and challenge contests. This is them. Okay, this is like I'm presenting to a group of researchers who spent their entire careers on open innovation, and this is an example of robots replacing humans in an open innovation context. So, and yes, I still have an open innovation unit in class. And then this one's hilarious. Rentahuman.ai, because when your robot needs a human to do something that the robot itself can't do, we now have Rent a Human. Now, I will say I think this is like just, to try and trigger people. I think it's genius. I don't think this is going to be long for the world. Um, Oh, wow. They've actually got a lot of humans so far to sign up. When I first checked, it was only like 100. So the thing that I don't think this is going to jive for very long is the trust factor because platforms like Upwork and Freelancer and all, they already have APIs where businesses or companies can just post a job. So there's no reason to go with this. Why don't you just post the job on Upwork or LinkedIn and a human will apply and do the scope of work for you. It doesn't matter to the human that they're working for a robot. They just want to get paid. Okay, I hope. I don't know. Well, society will figure this one out. All right, other news because it is insane. It is huge. OpenAI released a coding app called Codex. So if you're a coder, if you're a developer, you've heard of Codex in the CLI, and you've heard of Gemini CLI and Cursor CLI and Claude Code. These are all terminal apps. Uh, OpenAI wrapped Codex into a developer app that has a graphical user interface. I've started playing with it. It's very good. I'm the class that I'm teaching at Cal Lutheran, which starts in about a month. I am adding this tool to the list of tools that the students can choose to use in addition to Cursor. This is impressive. This is insane. Okay. And then Sam Altman goes ahead and releases GPT 5.3 Codex, a brand new foundation LLM that is exceptional at coding and software development. And it's just insane. It's faster and I don't know if it's cheaper. I haven't actually looked at the prices of any of this stuff. So here's their introduction, introducing GPT 5.3 Codex, frontier coding capabilities, massive here. So this is a major jump, okay, in this benchmark, this test. Um, please take a look at this. Oh, I actually want to see this. This is a web design. Okay, still a good design. Use, if you're a designer and you do web pages, oh boy, I'm actually going to use this for one of the projects I'm working on with Marcus right now. Like this is gonna unlock one of the things that has blocked me. So I'm very excited about this. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. So yeah, I don't even know what to say about this other than I'm insanely excited to play with GPT 5.3 Codex. So take a look at that. Moving on. Ding. OpenAI Frontier. This was for enterprise. So imagine the Clawbot, the Open Claw, but for businesses. Okay. Little tangent here. I have a friend who's someone at their company installed OpenClaw on their computers. The CEO kind of ended that real fast because it's just such a liability and a risk to the company. But this is enterprise. So, and what I said last week was I anticipate seeing massive development with the AI for enterprise that has the safety, that is more secure. That's what we're going to start to see here as well. And this is one of the first, solutions coming out of OpenAI. I expect Google and Microsoft are going to follow as well. And then the interaction, the integration, the cross connection, the A to A, the agent to agent, we already have a number of protocols, which we've talked about in office hours in the past. So then, actually, I think earlier in the day, because now things are happening daily, Anthropic released Claude Opus 4.6. So this is another absolutely incredible model. You can see how it's comparing. They're comparing to GPT 5.2 because Codex 5.3 was released today. As for knowledge work, oh sorry, it's this one. GPT 5.2 Codex in the Codex CLI. Here's Opus 4.6. I do think that their prices are a little high, but they are one of the top models. I just want to show you this little graph here. So again, they're comparing it to yesterday's model, not today's model. And everything you see highlighted here is the market leader. But where is the big jump here? I feel like, 91 on agentic tool use, that's massive. Um, going from, 79 to 84 on agentic search, these are massive jumps for these types of tests. So 1606 on office tasks. Breathe, folks, breathe. It's all going to be okay. Long context retrieval, software failure, diagnosis, safety. Good. I
Uh,
like that. Garrett. Oh, yeah. Please
Todd,
raise your hands if you have any questions. But Garrett, go ahead.
just a quick, have you had a chance to exactly as you're saying, the pace of this stuff is, I mean, the past, I don't know, what do you call it, 8 days, 10
Yeah.
days? It's just, I mean, I mind boggled beyond being mind boggled. So, I want to ask, have you been in touch with any of our, intrepid leaders from, I had to say Kareem, but,
No.
any of the folks from, like Jen Stahl or, Stave?
I've not spoken to Jen. I mean, Kelly's in touch, I believe, with Jen and Kareem from time to time. But yeah, I know I have not spoken to them in a while.
I mean, a lot of these things the past few days or whatever kind of feels I mean, you hesitate to say like another wave, but
No, this isn't a wave. This is the normal.
uh,
This is, this is the new normal. This is acceleration effects. This is the thing that I've been talking about in my class and in my book. And it's like we just have to get used to the rapid change. That's the new normal. We're going vertical with many of these technologies.
I mean, if
And
I could just like go back to like 3 months ago,
no, 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 that was long history. That was like back in the day. Freaking, November. And by the way,
yeah,
a lot of this changed in November, with Claude Opus 4 dot, what was it? I forget. That's when the LLMs were really capable of coding. That triggered a lot. That triggered a lot. And then the other thing, what's happening is they're using their tools to make better models. We're getting to this acceleration effects, this cycle of feedback loops. But you're not alone, Garrett. That's why I do these office hours every week. I'm here for you. We're just gonna have to get used to the fact that this stuff is changing rapidly. And we just have to, again, like one of the learning outcomes for you, those of you in my class right now, the learning outcome is to absorb, get used to the discomfort of having to change as quickly as possible. And ultimately, we're going to need to learn how to utilize these AI tools to help us to live our lives and to do our jobs. Um, that's going to be the strategy for success, I believe. So I hope you're okay, Garrett. I'm here for you. We can talk in overtime. So
yeah,
Claude,
I'm gonna sign up for like the next therapy session,
oh yeah,
which I
I'm here
assume
for you,
will be
man.
done by some sort of
I,
new system.
I should charge for this while I still can.
The therapy
Um,
session is AI
The
driven, by the way.
the therapist is AI. Oh my gosh, I've had this debate with my sister-in-law. She believes that AI should never replace humans for therapists, and I agree. And at the same time, I'm like, well, what about people who don't have access to therapists? And if we could get something that's a little better, then just like, her opinion is that the risk is too high. But I'm like, I look at this stuff and I think we're going to close that gap at some point. So, anyway, moving on. Claude Docs, orchestrate teams of Claude code sessions. So again, I mentioned the orchestration layer at the intro. This is how do you build out agent teams. This is one of those, more documentation on how do you orchestrate, and so they got some good stuff here, how to coordinate it. Anthropic, again, I apologize. Many of these are kind of out of order. I did my best. Um, Building a C compiler with a team of parallel Claudes. So Anthropic used their own new model, Opus 4.6, to build a C compiler, and then walked away. I think they spent. I think I remember reading that they spent like $20,000 on this thing. I forget how much they spent on it. Um, that's not a lot of money to build a C. Yeah, here we go. Over nearly 2,000 Claude Code sessions across 2 weeks to build a C compiler, which took humans years. 2 billion tokens input and generated 140 million output tokens, a total cost just under $20,000. That is staggering. Absolutely freaking staggering and exciting at the same time. So understand these technologies are now able to accomplish massively complicated tasks. Okay, now into the Twitterverse, the Xverse. For those of you who are designers, you're gonna love this. Cling 3.0 has been released. It is really freaking good. This is a video model, and you can see a lot of I got a bunch of these videos and examples. Consistent characters. Yeah, let me just unmute this. You use Kling? Okay, cool. Yeah, Kevin, it's a fantastic model. You have it in Weavy? Yeah, okay. So yeah, Weavy is that
I don't even use the premium one. I use the one
oh,
Sorry,
that's
Todd, can you kind of explain what exactly it's doing?
what's what doing? Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Cling.
Kling is a platform. It's a company. Have a new model called 3.0, and they have an
Uh-huh.
Omni, and they just announced it. So you can access this on their website. I don't remember where Kling's
Right.
website is, but we can do that later. But it's just another tool, another model that you can access, and they from different platforms, I think. So they have an
Okay, so
API.
it's like Midjourney or Discord, but
Exactly.
for
Well,
video.
again, Midjourney and Discord's dead. Don't use Midjourney on Discord. Use Midjourney's webpage.
I can do a quick demo after the after
Yeah.
your in after hours if you want.
Over time, that would be awesome. Thank
Just
you.
do it. I'll just do a quick Weavy thing and maybe it'll clear some things up.
I appreciate it
Thank you.
immensely. Yeah, let me just put this in the Zoom chat. This is the link. I would open up the tab right now, but I have so many, I'm not going to be able to find where I am. So, but that's the model. That's where you can access their website. Um, FAL, this is a platform that has I use for, they have interfaces and they have API access. This is one of the tools that I use. Again, you don't have to. They have now made Kling 3 on their platform. So when I'm building an automation to create content, no humans in the loop. It just I call the API key, it generates the video, I analyze the video, I say yes, that's good, no, that's bad, and just remove the creative director from the loop. So again more stuff here. Seamless video editing, high action scenes, cinematic realism, grounded moments, incredible styles. It's all here. Um, Very exciting. What else? And so this was really cool. They released a prompting guide. I'm actually just going to put this into the Zoom chat so you guys have this. I have not read this, but I think it's anytime I've got a lot of these prompt shares. I'm highly biased when I see people creating content, but this is great. So you can get a sense of what works and what doesn't work with this new model. This is kind of out of order, but OpenClaw skills. I mentioned OpenClaw. So all these are the skills that are taking over the world. Um, yeah, just if you're building this, be careful and pay attention. And this is just a source of different skills that you can implement in your Clawbot. Oh, I already showed you this one. Sorry. More from Kling AI. This is Grok Imagine. I always forget that X has got a state-of-the-art image and video model, and they've now added it to their API, which is fantastic. So you can now play with Grok's Imagine. Kimi K2, this is another LLM. They just released their tech report so that researchers can kind of understand how they did it and what works and what doesn't work. I feel like I put this in the class asynchronous, but this is an important research report from Brookings measuring U.S. workers' capacity to adapt to AI-driven job displacement. And Victor, this is more information about why the case study we just did at Garrett at HBS is kind of like it's already outdated. The content was like it's old. Yeah, didn't take into consideration OpenClaw in their live session. Uh, Oh, excuse me. An article from Fast Company, Making Things That Make Things, How AI is Rewiring Creativity for the Intelligence Age. I love this. This is an article by Tiffany Rolfe. I had the privilege of working alongside Tiffany, like what feels like 100 years ago. She is absolutely brilliant. She's at RGA, and I adore her. So I don't know if she would ever listen to my video, but if she ever hears this, hi Tiff. Um, Great article about making things that make things in the intelligence age. I don't know if I completely agree with some of the things she says because she's, trying to sell advertising, and I'm trying to automate it, but okay. What was this? Straight out of a sci-fi horror movie, Claude Bot Henry. This was really impressive. He what did he do? He overnight, Henry got a phone number from Twilio, connected the ChatGPT voice API, and waited for me to wake up to call me. The bot did that by itself, allegedly. Okay, I'm going to assume that this guy is telling the truth, that he didn't actually ask it to do this. The bot figured it out. So just think about that for a second, where we are today in society. I mentioned the Codex app already, but I just had this up earlier. So again, you can skip that. Uh, More stuff from Anthropic, new Anthropic Fellows research. How does misalignment scale with model intelligence and task complexity? A good paper on that. I have not read it. Generates short dramas from scripts. Michael, I'm looking at you. Huobao Drama AI short drama production platform. Do I have this open? No, I don't. Let me just pull this. There's a bunch of these, code bases that can create content and storylines, character management, storyboard, video generation, and asset management. Yeah. So when it comes to all the tools that I keep saying that are being released, these are tools that are code bases. So they're not designed for the average artist to use. They're designed for the average coder and software developer to be able to download the code and run the code from the command line. In many cases, you can kind of see what's going on here, and you have to configure it. So there's a learning curve for a designer to use this, which I'm hoping over time we'll be able to close that gap. But I just wanted to mention to my students in the class right now that these are some of the tools that they're slightly outside of your grasp because they don't have a nice graphical user interface. This is old. Runway ML, they've got, what was this? Sketching out your idea, generating your hero image, then use Nano Banana Pro to create your storyboard in Gen 4.5. This is one of their models, Runway ML. Let me pause this for a second. I feel like, am I thinking of something else? I forgot. But another example of someone using Runway ML. Qwen 3 Coder next. This is another large language model. Actually, it's a relatively small LLM. 80 billion parameters, 3 billion active, and it's a coding app that is very good. It's not as good as the new Opus 4.6, but it's still competitive, small, does well. If you have a really fast computer with a lot of RAM, you could, in theory, run this locally. And that's what Qwen 3 Coder Next is. I downloaded it. I can't run it on my computer. I don't have enough RAM. 11 Labs version 3 is out of alpha and ready for commercial use. So this is a audio platform. It's one of the, it's actually, I would argue, one of the market leaders. They're in trouble. I feel like I just saw that they raised money at some point. $500 million at 11 billion valuation. And last week and the week before, and I think I have a couple examples here, there's been a lot of text to speech and speech to speech models that are open and free that are at this level of quality. So this is a major risk for 11 Labs. They are doing a push to integrate other tools and get outside and diversify. Center for AI Safety, last week, humanity's last exam was published in Nature. In just over a year, model scores on HLE have risen from under 5% to nearly 40%. This is exponential growth. This is what we're talking about. Garrett, you're going to be okay. I promise, dude. These are major changes. And by the way, like, you ask me to take this exam, I'm not passing it. I'm not doing this well. Like, no, it's just not, I don't see it. Hold on, let me pull it this. This is a benchmark of expert level academic questions to assess AI capabilities. Yeah, look at that. So these are the GPQA. For those of you in class yesterday, on Tuesday, I had Ethan Mollick had the graph that showed the PhD and the AI doing better than the PhD. Riverflow 2, this hit my feed. I'm like, I've not looked at this. I don't know what it's about. Sourceful takes number one in both text to image and image editing in their all listings leaderboard. So I've not played with this model. I don't know. I'm waiting for this to just be like, oh my God, this is the best thing. Again, competition, always good. Riverflow, pay attention. It's another tool. Okay, this is cool. So what's amazing is I have a student in my class this term who works at Suno. Unfortunately, they are not here tonight because this is a new model that is free, open source, runs on any computer, just about any decent fast computer, and has Suno and Udio level output. And it's free, it's open source. My understanding was that they trained it on licensed, legitimate data, which is like, so there, I don't know for sure, but I remember hearing somebody talk about that. That's impressive. Yes, here we go. Data, fully authorized plus synthetic. That's absolutely insane. So when you are talking about ethical AI and the training and the copyright, this is what they're trying to do, and they released it for free. So how do we compete with this? You don't. You don't compete with this. You just use it and you create. There's no business for Suno and Udio when you have free models that are readily available that everybody can use. I no longer need to pay for what they are offering. Now, that being said, Suno is they've got an editor, a music editor where you can swap out sections. So they knew what was coming, so they made the platform user friendly. So that as a creative who wants some music and then you know what you want, you can now edit it, create what you want, export the stems, do what you need, and you use AI to replace any section that you want. So Suno's targeting the Pro Tools universe. So this is a step. This is their model, their information. I think they have some instructions down here. Again, I've not tried this. This is work to download, install, and configure it. Install UV, clone and install, launch it, prompt it, set it up, configure it. There's work here. Suno is a lot of fun. I absolutely love that. It's one of my favorite tools. I edited a happy birthday video for one of my heroes, Henry Chesbro, the other day, and I used Suno to generate the background soundtrack. I don't know how to pronounce this. Nürburgring Beyond Reality Z image. So this is on model scope. This is Chinese. So I just want, again, these are more models. This is Z image is another model, but this is a LoRa, I believe, or a fine tune of that. I think that was all that was on here in terms of, oh, there's more images. So you can kind of see the quality of these images that this model is producing. Absolutely fantastic. They're kicking butt. Just the realism. It's incredible. Looks like my ex-girlfriend. Great stuff out of these technologies, out of these tools. Beyond Reality Z Image 3.0. All right, pay attention because things are changing quickly. This was another runway with motion sketch. Oh, this is what I thought I was going to show you. So, ever wish you could scribble a prompt instead of needing to write it? Right? We're artists. Scribble, design, right on the screen as if you're like markup in what was the editing tool for video people. Upload the first image, sketch, annotate, generate. So if you're a video production person, I can now make the changes I want. I can describe the action and it happens. This is awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it. Scribble, scribble. I don't know if there's audio here.
With Motion Sketch. Head to runwayml.com, click Apps, then Create Video, then hit Motion Sketch and upload your image. Then click Sketch on Image. Identify action in specific areas, create paths for your subjects, draw arrows to direct action. There's really no wrong way. Once you're ready, click Export Sketch, and then hit Generate. Now, your generation should reflect your sketching direction. When you can see it in your head, why not show it and tell it?
How cool is that?
Wow.
You're gonna start to see these techniques trickle across all of these tools and all of these models. This is not something that's going to be very exclusive for very long. The rapid iteration, rapid integration. Somebody shows an idea, somebody else figures out how to do it and incorporates it into their platforms. Again, you need to learn all of this, or pick one that you like and stick with it. Make your life easier. Sorry, Garrett. Meet Quen Image Edit Rapid AIOGGUF. This is a powerful image text to image model that's changing how we edit visuals. So if you're a Photoshop person, I don't know what to tell you. Again, free, downloadable. Actually, I don't know what the license is on this model, but you have to double check this stuff. Usually will tell you somewhere whether or not you can use this commercially. I don't even see where the it doesn't. They don't even have it on the model card, but whatever. Oops. Go back. Nope, can't go back. Fine. Meter, one of my favorite platforms that measures things. We estimate that GPT 5.2 with high, not extra high, reasoning effort has a 50% time horizon of around 6.6 hours, a 95% confidence interval of 3 hours and 20 minutes to 17 hours and 30 minutes on their expanded suite of software tasks. This is the highest estimate for a time horizon measurement we have reported to date. This is important because when we set one of these thinking models, this is for those of you, I'm looking at you, Winnie and Maria, like next week you're doing unit 2's the LLMs. We have thinking models. They have the ability to work on things in their mind, so to speak, for a period of time. And when they think more and they process more, and in this case, for 3 hours and 20 minutes up to 17 and a half hours, the outcome, the responses are better. Now, again, this comes at a cost. The cost is compute. I think we just lost somebody. It's fine. So this is why paying attention to these time horizons are very important. Level 3 agents unlocked. This is next up, level 4 innovations. And Boris, who works at OpenAI, we see glimpses of level 4, but level 5 will be absolutely wild. Yep, this is real. This is exciting. And just so you understand, like the levels of AI development, we talked about the artificial narrow intelligence, the artificial general intelligence, which we have today, and then the artificial super intelligence. So level 1 is just rule-based. Level 2 through 4 are supervised machine learning. Level 5 is the deterministic behavior and static optimization. Level 6 is just completely decision problems, and then level 7 is complete levels of reasoning, creativity, and judgment. So we're starting to see the complete autonomous of this stuff, where today it's like you still have to prompt it, you still have to have that human at the top of that human in the loop. So level 4, level 5, it's starting to happen. What was this? Tencent U2 Research open sourced U2 VL4B Instruct. This is a compact vision language model. So again, it can see, redefining visual perception by their technique. And again, I haven't played with this. It's just another thing that hit my feed. So you can kind of see semantic segmentation, referring segmentation, object detection, visual grounding, pose estimation, depth estimation, general vision query, and a graphical user interface agent. So, dude, nice. Benchmarks, exciting. Huge drop by Meta. Action Mesh turns any video into an animated 3D mesh. Cool. Minimax Music. Again, more of these music tools, audio tools.
Low, pacing slow, missing one thing, I don't know. One click. Oh, my love. The room is white. I can see the light.
Not bad. Not bad at all. What was this? Another LoRa low rank adaptive fine tune. Quen image 2512 turbo LoRa 2 steps. State of the art diffusion distillation. 40x speed up for Quen image, which is another image model. So more tools. Better, faster, cheaper. Oh, this was really cool. I saw this little demo of a sketch render to photorealistic building. So if you're in architecture, pay attention to this stuff because this is really cool. You can go from a sketch, you can go from a floor plan, and again, this is all done in Korea. Really awesome, really cool. A-step. Oh, this was from the audio music one that I mentioned earlier. What was this? Live avatar animates images into videos instantly. I don't know if they have a demo here. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to
Pokey.
Future Voice.
What's up, Future Voice fans?
Okay, we don't need to see that, but it's a model. What was this? Create immersive. Oh, so this was really cool. video. I'm not going to show this. Multi-sensory installations that merge technology with ephemeral natural phenomena like fog, bubbles, and plasma. Claude was a studio collaborator for this. Again, I'm an artist at heart. Google's Genie 3, but open source. So again, another world model that you can kind of walk around with the WASD keys. Lingbot world, really cool. This is a video of it, but you can play with it. Short film made with Grok Imagine. I'm not going to play it, but people are using AI to make movies. Riverflow 2.0 reasoning model that calls a mix of proprietary and open diffusion models scored #1 on Image Arena. Pull this up. So Riverflow, GPT Image, Gemini 3 Pro Image Gen 2K, which I thought was Nana Banana. Flux 2. Yeah, nice, cool. Video editors are cooked in 2026. I don't know if there's any audio here. You literally don't edit anymore. This AI just turned 2 hours of editing into 10 minutes using viral templates that already have millions of views baked in. Tutorial below. So not bad. I don't think it just shows him how he edited all of these videos, templates. How long should this hook be? When do I cut? Does this feel rushed? This is kind of the stuff that I've been working on for a while, is how do you analyze the inputs, the video, or I mean, in my case, it's mostly images, but how do you analyze the video to make a decision on it? Where does the creative director fit into this? We're automating all of it. We're automating all of it. Quen Image I2L demo is officially live. An ultimate shortcut to enter the Quen Image LoRa competition. Oh, never mind. I forgot what that was. This was really cool. LTX2, which is another LTX studio. They have a platform for creating videos, but they also released their model called LTX2. It's a video model, but they have this face swap LoRa, which I thought was really awesome. Identity locked video face swapping. Really cool. I don't know if there's audio here. Funny. Yeah, cool. What was this? Anime Gamer. Anime Gamer. I don't know what this was. Different. Soprano 1.1, 80 million text-to-speech model. Again, all that stuff. Oh, prompt share from Tech Holla. Cinematic prompts, the ultimate Higgsfield guide to Hollywood shots every AI creator needs to know. This is so cool. Again, I love that when people share prompts. Yeah, I'll put this into the Zoom chat so you guys have this, because I know some of you are like drooling over these things. Just how do you prompt? How do you get this? And again, this is Higgsfield, which is another platform like Kriya. They've got a lot of templates and a lot of different models and functionality that you might find exciting. This was another one from Tech Holla, best 3x3 grid cinematographic prompts, Higgsfield compilation part 3. So the technique here is you're creating these grids, and that kind of tells the model what they need to do for each shot, right? I mean, how cool is that? You build the grid, give it the prompt, tell it what each panel, each shot, and then it goes ahead and makes the video. I don't know if they do the video in this one, but yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. So all of these techniques are starting to mature. This is how we do ads in 2026. I'm going to mute that because I don't have the rights to the music. You just need 3 images to generate a studio level product ad in hours and keep character, outfit, product, and background consistent. How cool is that? So they started with the look, the model, and location. We don't need to hire production anymore. We don't need to hire actors or actresses or models at all. Now, again, morally, well, okay, will society, but that's AI. Yeah, there's definitely some pushback, no question about it. But brands that are forward thinking, they're not going to be concerned. Kids these days are not going to be so concerned about it. You know, they're damn rock and roll. Get off my lawn. I think they're going to be okay. So again, more prompt porn. These are important because we are in advertising, but I just wanted to show you guys, like, look at this. This is a photograph that absolutely could be used for product without question, without hesitation at all. And this is a prompt that all of us can use. Meet Flux 2 Klein, 4 billion, Outpaint Laura, a specialized AI that breathes new life into your images. It's not just another generator. It's an image extender, creative expander. Again, more models, more tools, more functionality. I don't think there's any examples here, but oh, maybe they have some. Oh, good. Look at that. Model card has some examples of the use. So original image, and it expands. So here, the input and the output. So image extend. Again, Nano Banana does this. Many of the tools do this, but you're seeing another tool that's free. You can download this. You can run this. I don't know if you can use it commercially, but you can at least download it, run it. Dubbing work, edit yourself, audio-driven generation and manipulation of talking head videos with diffusion transformers. I think there's audio here. Hold on.
Grandmother of all deals. There's still work to do, but we are on the cusp of a historic trade agreement. We are going to buy all of our gas from Russia.
And if that doesn't scare the shit out of you, I don't know what does. Okay, so we need, by the in Tuesday in class, the live session discussion was just epic. We were talking about the morals, the ethics, the journalism, the propaganda. How do we know? How do we tell? This is an example of a big warning that it's going to be harder and harder for us to tell. So we are going to need systems. Journalists are going to need systems to verify this stuff. Our social media platforms are going to need to come up with technology to flag this and say no.
I have a
Maria,
question.
you've got a question. Yes. Please
Yeah,
raise your hand.
sorry. About images. Like when you take a picture with a digital camera, it has metadata.
Yes.
That, for example, sometimes people have published my photographs without permission or use them commercially, and I have to go through all the processes showing Google or Instagram that my metadata proves that this is my image.
Yep.
Does that happen when you're generating images or videos?
Good question. It depends on the platform. Yes, there is some metadata that can be put in there. The problem is I can scrape it. I can remove it. I can extract the fake and replace it with something real. I can hack this.
You can screen grab.
I can, well,
and then have it
but not video. You're not going to screen grab the video.
No.
But detecting that it was made by AI is very problematic. So therefore, what does it mean? It means that we're going to need alternative systems, and we talked about this on Tuesday. We're going to need alternative systems that occur from the manufacturers, from the hardware level, from the lens itself, from the CCD sensor that really just maintains a certain level of provenance that this is real, that this is video. The journalists are going to have to really push for this because society depends on it, because it's just so easy to lie and make propaganda at this point, and it makes truth. Some people have argued that we're in a post-truth universe. Okay, what does that look like? I mean, as long as I've got food and shelter and I'm making enough comfortable living, I don't give a shit. Right? It doesn't matter. As long as my friends and family, we're okay, we're healthy, we got food, we got healthcare, society will be fine. I want a luxury life. I want to travel. I want to hang out. I want to learn stuff. I want to make some art. If we can get there, nobody's going to care about what's real. It's just like, okay, as long as society's good, it's a different social contract, which we will talk about in class. That is the post-labor. Were we ever in truth? Damn it, Maria. Yes, we were never. Oh, by the way, I always list. I never. I never thought that the government would lie to us. The government never lies to the people. The government always tells the truth. I love you guys. Thank you. Make me think and push me. Anyway, I've got too much to go over, so I'm going to go fast. Google AI Studio. Oh, this was such a good video. This woman, this artist who works at Google, was talking about some of the interactive artwork that she built by vibe coding it using Google AI Studio, which we'll talk about in class. Fantastic platform. Great. So you don't have to code anymore. This is my thing. Coding is always kept us away. We now need to I now need to get artists and creatives into the harness, into the platforms, and understand how to manage the code, and then they could start to build shit and lean into their superpowers. So Maria, I'm looking at you. I know we're talking about your platform. You're going to build your own platform. Okay. We're going to get you there. It's going to take a little while, but you're going to get there. LTX Studio, what was this? Camera, sound, action, direct a scene with audio to video in LTX Studio, consistent voices, music, and perfectly timed actions. I want to just show this. This is
Funny
good.
thing about coming back here, everything looks smaller.
That's not the place.
Pay attention to the
That's
tiles.
you.
Still sharp.
Someone has to be. You disappeared.
Yeah, thought I'd stay gone longer.
You remember we used to swear we'd never end up like this?
Sitting down?
Staying.
Okay, so you can see that grid that I mentioned earlier. That's the shot selection. They're using their audio track, which I think sounds like it's AI, and that becomes, and then they use LTX Studio, which is this other platform, to edit the different shots together. Take a look at LTX Studio. It's a fantastic platform. And they talk about how they went through building this. So they give a little tutorial here. Winnie, are you okay? Are you freaking out? I can't tell.
I'm a little alarmed. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but that doesn't mean I'm not alarmed.
Okay, are you staying in my class? That's what I want to know. Like, are you?
Yes, I'm staying.
Okay, good. I love you. Thank you. I'm just worried. I'm going to show this, and then students are like, "That's it. I quit." And by the way, I was warned by one of the chairmen of one of the SVA departments, like, Todd, don't scare the students. We need to keep them in school. And I'm like, I don't know if I can't. I can't. I'll tell them the truth. And they were like, okay. I know I scared them. All right, more prompt porn. I love these prompts that go on. And by the way, the thing that you're looking at here, this structure, this is, I think, a YAML structure. It's hard for me to tell, actually, but the structure gives the human the ability to kind of get what they want, and it also helps the model understand what you want. But there's other formats of JSON prompting. This to me looks like YAML, but I want to show you this. I'm not going to show you this one because it's not safe. But look at the photorealism here. This is insane. Okay. Look at the detail of her skin and her hair. If you're not paying attention to this, and you're a creative and you're a designer and you do this for a living, and you're not using these tools today, you are in trouble, because the person who pays you to do this work isn't going to be paying you much longer unless you're doing it this way. Or unless they have some moral, like, our brand never uses AI. Okay, fine. There's going to be some outliers there. I guarantee you it's fine. But pay attention to this. That looks like a real person. Oh, I should say the eye. Look at that. Sorry, don't know. I'm done. But stick a fork in me, okay? This is insane. I could not tell you by looking at this. Needs cleanup. Oh, God, Kevin. They're trying to make it so that you don't put the cleanup in. And Kevin wants to get so we've gone from, oh, that's AI slop and it looks all plasticky, to, oh, that looks real. Now it needs cleanup. Oh, boy. So take this into Photoshop and clean it up. Like, that looks like a hair on her face, right? Like an eyelash. I give up. I'm done. Like, I don't know. It's like, I love this. It's exciting. How do we navigate this? Victor, you got your hand up.
Could you go to the prior version of that picture, please?
I don't think it's a prior version. I think it's just a different...
one before that where she's taking a selfie.
Yeah.
I had a wrong impression. It looked like the phone was behind her left shoulder.
I feel like this is like supposed to be like the mirror selfie. I don't know. Right?
Fair enough.
But you're right. It's like, it looks kind of, because you see the black chair here, and then you got
yeah.
there.
My first impression was there's an anomaly there.
I mean, thank goodness there's an anomaly, or else, I don't know what's real anymore. I'm an AI, folks. Just get used to it. My mom keeps telling me.
The phone's not pointing to her face.
Well, it's pointing to the mirror. The phone's pointing to the mirror. She's looking in the phone.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's a mirror. It's a mirror selfie.
Yeah.
A mirror, whatever you call it. Not. I don't know what.
Yeah, you see the thing.
The frizzy hair above is amazing. The little frizzy hairs above.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're really serious about taking selfies, you have to use the main camera and not the front-facing camera. And this thing was smart enough to actually, first of all, know to do that, and second of all, organize her position so that that's actually, I mean, that's it's just, it's mind-boggling. It's just crazy.
It tricks me too. No.
So, and yeah, I don't know if the prompt that they put in the X post is the actual prompt that made the image. Unless, no, I can't. Sometimes they put alt tags in here.
Todd, I have a question. Sorry, I didn't raise my hand again.
That's okay.
I'll remember. At what point can you just, for example, take an image like this and tell an AI, write me a prompt?
Oh, right now. In fact, that is gonna be one of
roadway or whatever to do this.
Yes. So one of the techniques that I'm going to be assigning you in the coming weeks, I forget what unit it is. One of the examples is, okay, take an image, a reference image, upload it into your favorite vision language model, and ask it to describe it to generate the prompt that would recreate something similar with whatever you want to change. So
what would be an L vision model?
What would ChatGPT is a vision model?
Okay.
It's a multimodal model.
Okay. I'm going to show you that in a couple of minutes, I think.
You can. Okay, cool. Thanks, Kevin. That's what that is. All right, let me move on because I know it's already 9 o'clock. And again, more prompt porn. Look at that. I mean, so if you do food, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Why would I hire one of the great food photographers to compile this when I can prompt it? You don't. I mean, look, again, if I'm McDonald's, maybe I pay for it. But if I'm the local burger joint, I'm not. I just need a platform that's going to charge me $5 or $10 a month to create a series of these images that I can upload to my Instagram feed and make promotions for coupons and stuff. And it can be animated. Yeah, thanks, Marcus. Didn't even get that far. What was this? Every detail of the coffee maker. Oh, so this is more camera stuff. Here's the animation. I mean, come on. This would take a motion graphics designer at least a couple of days to put together, and a 3D animator. Now, is it perfect? No, it is not perfect. It is not the exact model, it's not the exact thing, but does it matter? Maybe it does. Okay, I don't know, but there it is. This is another one of these. Where's the alt? I don't know where it says prompt in alt. So hold on, am I missing here? Alt. There, the image description. So that's the prompt that they used to create these. Photorealistic close-up of a woman's cheek, lips, natural skin, bare skin, no makeup. There you go. Say it, Kevin. Needs cleanup. He's nodding. I love it. This is just really good. It's just really good. More cool, more stylized stuff. I tend to not wear squid on my head, but I like the glitch. This is really cool. Again, art. We can still do this. What was this? God of Prompt. Looks like my ex-wife. Again, by the way, I just want to point this out. I just noticed this. Like the blur. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. Nano Banana, Grok, Imagine. So image to video with music. That's a spot, folks. That is a shot for a spot that is legitimate and workable. And the staggering thing, no offense to the teachers at the School of Visual Arts, they're not teaching this. They're banning the use of this. And I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, I'm so upset. I'm so frustrated. And I love the school. I love the university. I love creatives. But by banning this, you're not giving the skills to the students who actually could have some say in what looks good or what's not good. We're doing such harm, and I can't make the change. I don't know how to navigate it. Anyway, Anthropics. Oh, this for any coders in the room. Xcode now is incorporated into Claude. Love Art Skills. Love Art's another AI platform, which I don't even know if I have that in Unit 1. in the platform list. I have to check. But package design instructions that take you from idea to professional visual outcomes. Choose what you want to create. Agents run full workflows automatically. Yeah, there you go. Video SOS. What was this? Open source AI video editor with 100 plus models. It's a video editor. I haven't played with this. I just saw it. Like, all right, there you go. And they're using, by the way, so they're using FOW, that's the API platform that I mentioned earlier, and Runware is another API platform. So you can use all the models, and they just have a way of prompting it and editing it and structuring it. Nice. Quen Image Edit 3D lighting control app. I think I mentioned this before, but this keeps popping up and new people using it. So you can change the lighting of the image that you're uploading. So it's a relight tool kind of a thing. Attacking the P versus NP problem. Beginnings of empirical theoretical computer science. I'm going to skip that. The well, 15 terabytes of physics simulations. Yeah, don't look at this. Data to train models. Glossopatriae. What was this? Procedural xenolinguistic engine for AI that can generate entirely new languages in seconds. So 2.5 years ago, I started playing with building, a bunch of like a prompt structure thing with one of the models, like create a new language, create a new language that humans don't speak, whatever. That was like full vocabulary, full grammar, and these guys went ahead and did. I never finished it, but like, this is really cool. What else? Paper Banana automating academic illustration for AI scientists. So if you are, we lost Gavin, but it's fine. Method overview. What was this? Automating paper illustrations. So they're creating the illustrations. They're creating the diagrams for academic papers. We lost Garrett. Sorry, couldn't think of the name. Fascinating. So it's creating these diagrams, which takes me time. Like I'm actually prompting code. I am prompting the AI to write the Python to generate the diagram that I need. And this just made that even easier. So really fantastic. Good article, blog post, The Hot Mess of AI, How Does Misalignment Scale with Model Intelligence and Task Complexity? Look, I'm a hot mess, so this is taking my job away. Adobe Animate has now been transitioned into maintenance mode from Adobe, so they're killing off that product so they can focus on AI. I guess if you're an Adobe Animate person, long live Animate. I mentioned Claude Cowork last week. They now have plugins, which is great. Wall Street is calling it the SaaS apocalypse. There you go. I love being ahead of the curve. Hacking Moltbook. Oh, this was I mentioned the AI social network. That was fun. Finn, the world's first AI chief financial officer. So this is an interesting. I know a bunch of CFOs. By the way, one of the demos that that SaaS is dead that I've been doing. I basically said, go build me the equivalent of a ledger like QuickBooks, and it went and built it. So I own it. It's mine. It does. I've got all the customizations. It's not perfect. I have to do some iteration on it, but it'll be done in about a day. Like that SaaS is dead. I know. So I pay for QuickBooks. I'm going to cancel my QuickBooks subscription, save the money. I'm going to go buy something else with it. But whatever, and just run it locally because I don't need anything in the cloud. I don't need to pay for that. I have to back it up and make sure that I'm not an idiot, right? Make sure that it's working. But that's the world we live in. Jeffrey Hinton is right always, not always. AI will replace knowledge work far sooner than most people are prepared for. The digital world scales instantly. The physical world does not. Most people are massively underestimating the speed of this shift. Which jobs do you think disappear first? Victor and I were just on a case study talking, a live session discussing this exactly. So pay attention. You can watch that one with that interview with Jeffrey Hinton. Input mesh, schema, output. So Roblox is getting in on the AI. Toggle the headlights. Enter the car. Drive the car. Smoke. Cool. Accelerating scientific research with Gemini. This is a very important paper. It is very long. 150, what's this? Okay, that's cool. 150 pages. Coming out of Google and a bunch of places, accelerating scientific research with Gemini, case studies and common techniques. They're talking about how they are using AI for actual hardcore research. This is the Leopold Aschenbrenner exponential graph, the superintelligence research, scientific research. We're there. Telestyle, content preserving style transfer in images and video, another, style transfer model, video. It's cool stuff. New techniques, better techniques. PJ, Ace, I follow him. He's great. RIP Hollywood. AI is now 100% photorealistic with the launch of Kling 3. So he had done this little demo. 2 days. Opening sequence from The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. They have a new multi-shot technique. It's really fantastic. And he talks about how he made it. Pay attention to this, folks. People are unprepared for this. Higgs Field, first ever AI motion design tool with full real-time control. Vibe Motion is live. This is, again, they have these little plugins and stuff. Nope, humans need not apply for your motion graphics. Sorry, if you wanted to get a job as an After Effects designer, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. RMBG 2.0, what was this? Oh, image segmentation model, another one. I'm actually kind of waiting for the new one from Meta to come out. SEM 2 was SAM 2. Oh, SAM 3. More prompts, 50 design prompts from an ex-Warner designer, Nana Banana Pro. I'll put this in the Zoom link so you guys have this. Everybody just loves prompting. Yeah, just examples of how to go about making the prompts. Logo designs, glass logos, brand logos, 3D objects. It just goes on and on. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so grateful that people compile this stuff and release it and help others. 11 Labs skills. This, again, I mentioned earlier that 11 Labs raised money and they're starting to add more features and diversify. Annie Studio, we weren't planning to launch today, but Adobe just gave up Animate, introducing AnieStudio.ai, the first AI native animation platform. So good. Animate's dead. Long live Annie Studio. I should have put that slide earlier. AI influencers just became stupidly easy to make. Grok Imagine inside ArcAds is all you need to make avatars that look 100% real and non-slop step-by-step prompt. So again, one of the things that I've been saying for too long now is if you're a brand, don't pay an influencer. Go make 100 influencers that you control. And those influencers that you control, they're not shilling your brand, but they will look at all of your competitors. They will look at, the good and the bad. They'll review products, they'll do stuff, but you control all of it. So they're always going to say something better about your stuff, even though they're saying something good about your competitors. That's the strategy of advertising in the age of AI. And guess what? You can do it at scale. Humans need not apply. I mean, you'll need some humans to run the system, but we're going to start to see a lot of that. WAN 2.2 animate 14 billion, a video-to-video diffusion model. So it's a small, again, it's another version of WAN 2.2. What else? Grok Imagine does really well. More Nano Banana prompting. Look at this. Grok Imagine with that blinking eye. I mean, again, the text isn't perfect, but a couple of moments in there that are really good. Starlight Fast 2, enhanced video quality to pristine 4K, so it's an upres. Towards execution grounded automation research. I forget what this was. Another AI automation, self-improving stuff. Intern S1 Pro. What was this? I forget. PersonaPlex 7 billion, more models. That was audio to audio. Microsoft releases Agent Loop. GLM OCR, another optical character recognition model. So if you've got images or text and PDFs, this will scrape it and so you can extract the text in there. MOVA 720p, an image to video diffusion model. Google Audio Zero, open, state-of-the-art open source European text-to-speech model. Open Router is adding modes so that you can use free LLMs, because a lot of people are testing models. They're giving you demos and they're trying to see how you use it. They take your data to use to train their models, so they release it for free. So if you want to mess around with something, this is something you can use to mess around with, but don't use it for anything important. This is a good review of how the small models are outperforming the bigger models. Pay attention to that. Teaching models to teach themselves, reasoning at the edge of learnability. Was this the MIT paper? Oh, this is the meta paper. Oh yeah, this is the MIT paper. Yeah, this is an interesting self-learning approach. Again, we got to pay attention to this stuff. Why reasoning fails to plan, a planning-centric analysis of long horizon decision-making in LLM agents. Another paper, I'm just going to skip this. Audio Ghost AI extracts or removes sounds using text prompts. Voxtral transcribe next-gen speech-to-text models. GLM 4.7 Flash, Claude Opus 4.5 high reasoning distill. They distilled GLM 4.7 Flash on the other models, so they now have improved the GLM 4.7 Flash model. I haven't played with that. Page index. So if you build any of these things and you're building out RAGs or graph RAGs or vector databases, they've come up with another method that you need to pay attention to. So you don't have to chunk your data and you don't have to pre-embed stuff. So very interesting. That's going to go someplace. More image models, more examples. Qwen 3 Omni. I think I mentioned that last week. What was this? Paper shows how you can run a massive zero human company. Ding, ding, ding. If you want coherence, orchestrate a team of rivals, multi-agent models of organizational intelligence. This was I have not read this. I need to read this. They're talking about that orchestration layer that I mentioned earlier. That's so important. That's what that paper is. I forget what this is. Whoa, why are we not? Vercel sandbox. So if you're building these things, you can sandbox them. Towards the science of scaling agent systems, when and why agent systems work. Google releases Conductor, a context-driven Gemini CLI extension that stores knowledge as markdown and orchestrates agentic workflows. This is another technique that's going to be more secure than the OpenClaw, because OpenClaw is storing knowledge as markdown files. So this is a technique that's popping up a lot and a lot and a lot. So instead of having to have a continuous learning LLM, you can just store the knowledge that you're learning in a markdown file on the file system and refer back to it. So that's a continuous learning approach. AI agent is skills for agents, because we want to give skills for agents. I mentioned this one already. Qwen 3 Coda next. I think layoffs in January. We're almost done. Layoffs in January were the highest to start a year since 2009. Pay attention to the layoffs. And here's our last thing. In January, we lost a lot of jobs at Amazon, and we're off to a small start in February of 1,000 tech jobs. And unfortunately, I don't have anything that focuses on labor in media and entertainment. I've yet to find someone who's tracking that. On that note, thank you all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording, and please do stick around for some overtime. Kevin, did you want to show something? You're going to show something?
Yeah, sure, I can. Some people had some questions about Kling and how it works, but I think it's probably
Can I record it or should I stop recording?
Stop recording.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording. All right.
Yeah.